Hi, let's talk about XDefiant. I feel like this game deserves more praise from both a player's perspective and a business perspective with Ubisoft and how they're sunsetting the game in June. And I'm pretty disappointed. I feel like this game didn't get the start that it wanted for sure. It had many delays. The release date for it was I think 2 years after they originally announced it. So it had a lot of problems, and they still didn't get fixed. And they've been talked about plenty of times. I know someone I watch is a very professional YouTuber by the name of Exclusive Ace. You guys might know him for a lot of his Call of Duty talk. You know, he does all sorts of different statistics and whatnot in Call of Duty. You know, gun guides, and he's a great YouTuber. He does a lot of in-depth stuff and really dives deep into the mechanics of Call of Duty, and he was doing the same with XDefiant for a while, but it kind of trailed off, and for a lot of players, it trailed off with a lot of its issues. So, like, one big issue with XDefiant, if you have not played it, is its netcode. It has a lot of bad netcode issues, which basically just means it feels like you're lagging. Whenever you're trying to shoot somebody, you know, you have ghost bullets going through people, or you're just not hitting your target somehow, and that has a lot to do with the netcode, and that's just like the server not detecting you hitting a player, and sometimes you die instantly, and it feels like I'm dying faster than I'm killing other people, and vice versa for some other people. And there's also a lot of gunfights that happen where you just trade because the bullets that the other person shoots after you kill them still hit you, and so you both just end up dying, which is kind of frustrating. That's like probably the biggest main issue I've come across with this game, but I kind of get past it. You know, some games feel better than others here and there. I feel like my ping is pretty good overall for this game, so I think a lot of the gunplay as well kind of makes up for that, but that is definitely an underlying issue. I would say the hero-based shooter, it's kind of like, I guess, a mix of, you got like your Overwatch elements with different heroes, or even Marvel Rivals if you want to, you know, be more up to date with a game like that. But it's mixed in with like Call of Duty aspects. You know, there's no skill-based matchmaking, which was like a huge plus for this game, but at the same time, you got all these annoying abilities that, I mean, some are okay. I feel like some are balanced, but they can be kind of a disruptor in a sense. This game is more built for like objective-based play like modes instead of like just TDM. I feel like it doesn't work as well with TDM, especially like in this gameplay. I'm using one of the newer guys that they released with the big update, and one of his like special ability is like this kind of like AoE swarm that he uses, like he puts down, and it's really good for like domination or occupy, but it doesn't really work for TDM because everyone's just kind of running around in different areas. So I can understand like the way this game is built is more around objective-based game modes rather than just TDM, and that's fine. I think it's actually really fun. That's kind of like its high point for playability. But speaking of playability, this game had a really tough time bringing in things to grind for, or things like progression. So they didn't have like a prestige system for the longest time. They were working on it, but it wasn't ready. And so the only thing people could really grind for was unlocking characters, which didn't take super long. It was a pretty quick process. Daily XP they can get from challenges, and then the only thing that was left is really like mastery camos, and the grind for those were really grindy. I mean, it was kind of like not even worth doing for a sense. So a lot of players felt like it wasn't really worth their time to pour a lot of their time into the game. It wasn't really worth doing, and so I can understand from a player's perspective, it's not the best. But I feel like the highlight for me for this game when it comes to getting past maybe the hero aspect and the netcode issues is the map designs. I love how these maps are made. These feel like old Call of Duty maps where it's just really well balanced. The spawn system is really good. I don't die instantly every time I spawn, unlike Call of Duty where I could spawn in like a safe corner, and as soon as I leave that safe corner, I die instantly. Like, this game feels really good in that aspect, and I feel like a lot of the devs that worked on this game, especially in that department of the map design, really deserve more. I feel like they deserve a lot more. I hope they find a new studio to go work at that's not in the realm of Ubisoft, because they just suck now. I think they're shutting down almost. I mean, a lot of their games are not performing super well. I can imagine maybe their only highest gross game could be like Rainbow, but even Rainbow is pretty old by this point. I mean, a lot of people still play it. I still play it now and again, but and it has like a competitive scene, but I don't really see that being like a game that tops the charts anymore. You know what I mean? And I really want this game to come back in a different form. I think maybe lose the hero aspect, or maybe make it a separate mode of some type. So like bring in like a classic mode with just gunplay to keep it more like Call of Duty. You don't have to add score streaks or like kill streaks or anything. I don't really want that for this game. I mean, you could do whatever you want with it. I just feel like this is a type of game, kind of like how Overwatch was, where it started off really bad before it gained the name Overwatch, and it became something else, which was Overwatch. You know, like Overwatch was something else before it released in 2016, where they scrapped it and then redistributed all the assets to what Overwatch is now. So I feel like this could be the same thing in a few years, and we'll probably see it come back. I would just like to see like the game to shift a little closer to either being more objective based, which was really fun. I think that's a really fun gameplay loop, or being more of like a classic COD, where you just have nothing but gameplay, like or nothing but gunplay to use in between matches, and like TDM, and maybe like domination or something, or fun other game modes without all the abilities and whatnot. But that's just my 2 cents on it. I want to know what you guys think about XDefiant, if you've played it at all. I'm probably going to keep playing it, get some gameplay from it. I've been really enjoying it. This FAMAS I've been using is interesting. It's not the best gun in the game that they released that's new, but I thought it was pretty fun to use for this match. And they also added like the G36 K, not the G36C. So I actually want to use that gun a little more in some gameplay. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts about XDefiant. I feel like it can come back in a different way that we don't expect, and could be a really, really good game. And I hope the devs find a place uh, to develop this game again. And thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.